Welcome to Cosmic Compass, where we explore the wonders of space and uncover the hidden stories of our universe. In this episode, we're going to dive into one extraordinary image of Saturn. At first glance, it's a simple photograph taken by NASA's Cassini spacecraft, but look closer and you'll find secrets tucked within the shadows, invisible rings, icy moons spraying fountains of water into space, and even our own tiny planet Earth. Let's embark on this journey together and see how one picture can reveal so much about Saturn and about ourselves. What if a single photograph of Saturn could reveal geysers of water erupting from icy moons, hidden rings drifting through space, and even the faint glimmer of our own Earth today? Let's take a journey through one of NASA's most breathtaking images captured by the Cassini spacecraft. At first glance, it looks like just another picture of Saturn and its famous rings, but if we look closer, we'll discover that this frame holds entire world's mysteries and a reminder of our place in the universe. To begin, let's talk about scale. This image stretches nearly 400,000 kilometers from edge to edge. To put that into perspective, that's about the distance from Earth to the Moon. Imagine fitting that immense span into a single photograph. But there's more. The image has been carefully enhanced by NASA scientists. Faint objects that would normally vanish into darkness have been brightened, while brighter areas were balanced so details wouldn't overwhelm the frame. Nothing artificial has been added, no trickery involved, just the universe revealed in ways our eyes can't normally perceive. In NASA's own words, it is a careful balance between reality and beauty. This honesty is important because when you look at this picture, you're not seeing science fiction, you're seeing Saturn and its environment as Cassini truly recorded them, only with the faint whispers of the cosmos brought into clearer focus. Now, the first thing that might catch your eye is the bright blue arc of Saturn's E-ring. Normally, this ring is almost invisible, but here the Sun is directly behind Saturn. The planet itself blocks the glare, and suddenly faint features like the E-ring reveal themselves. That striking blue hue comes from diffraction sunlight scattering off tiny particles of ice. But where do these particles come from? The answer lies with one small but extraordinary moon, Enceladus. Barely 500 kilometers wide, Enceladus is a world of ice, but also of astonishing activity. From fractures near its south pole, plumes of water and ice erupt like cosmic fountains blasting into space at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. Saturn's gravity then captures these particles, weaving them into the delicate E-ring. If we zoom in, we can actually see those geysers, thin jets streaming away from the surface. Enceladus is covered by a thick shell of ice, but beneath that crust lies something even more intriguing, a global ocean of liquid water kept warm by tidal forces and pressure. The geysers we see are a window into that hidden sea. It's no wonder scientists consider Enceladus one of the most promising places to search for life beyond Earth. Think about it, an ocean buried beneath kilometers of ice, venting into space every second. Around 200 kilograms of water are ejected every moment, constantly refreshing Enceladus's surface and feeding Saturn's shimmering E-ring. In many ways, Enceladus is not just a moon. It's a living system reshaping itself and its surroundings before our eyes. But Enceladus is not alone in this grand portrait. If we look around the E-ring, we find two other icy moons, Tethys and Mimas. Tethys, more than 1,000 kilometers across, is covered in craters and deep valleys. One enormous crater dominates its surface, giving it the eerie appearance of a giant eye staring across the void. A colossal fault line stretching over 2,000 kilometers scars its surface, evidence of a violent history written in ice. Like Enceladus, Tethys reflects sunlight, brilliantly making it one of the brightest moons of Saturn. Then there is Mimas, at just 400 kilometers across. It may be small, but its most famous feature makes it unforgettable, a giant crater that makes it look almost identical to the Death Star from Star Wars. Because of this, Mimas has captured the imagination of astronomers and science fiction fans alike. Yet beneath the humour, it too is mostly ice shaped by ancient impacts and Saturn's gravity. Together, these moons remind us that Saturn's neighbourhood is filled with diversity, each world unique, yet all connected by the rings they inhabit. Moving outward, the image reveals even more subtle rings beyond the famous A, B and C rings. Let's start with the faint Pallene ring, named after a tiny moon only a few kilometres across. Cassini itself discovered both the ring and the moon, and it is thought that debris from meteoroid impacts created this delicate band. Next comes the G ring, and then something unusual, the Janus and Epimetheus ring. These two small moons share nearly the same orbit, making them co-orbital moons. Janus is about 200 kilometres across Epimetheus, only 130, yet every 4 years they swap orbital paths like dancers exchanging places. The last time they switched was in 2006. The material knocked loose from their surfaces forms a faint ring of their own. Farther out still, we reach the bright and narrow F ring, home to the shepherd moons Prometheus and Pandora. Prometheus tugs at the inside of the ring, while Pandora pulls at the outside. Each time they pass, they disturb the icy particles, keeping the F ring tightly bound but also chaotic. Sometimes they even steal bits of material for themselves. These shepherd moons act like cosmic guardians, shaping and reshaping Saturn's most delicate ribbon of ice. Finally, surrounding them all are the great rings we already know. Well, the A, B, C and D rings, immense structures that Cassini studied in great detail. Together, these rings and their moons create a system unlike anything else in the solar system, a balance of gravity collisions and time sculpted into beauty. Now here's something remarkable. If we step back and look closely at the image, we don't just see Saturn, we also see some of the inner planets of our solar system millions of kilometres away. Above the E-ring lies Mars, faint but present. Between the Pallene and G-rings sits Venus, glowing softly. And then tucked into the darkness we find Earth, just a bluish speck, only a handful of pixels wide. Yet even from this distance, our moon is visible, clinging to our side like a faithful companion. Think about what that means. From Saturn's orbit, nearly 1.5 billion kilometres away, we can see our home as nothing more than a tiny dot. All of human history, every life, every memory compressed into that single pixel of light. It is humbling and it is beautiful. So from a single image of Saturn, we've uncovered a universe of detail. We've seen geysers erupting from Enceladus, icy worlds like Tethys and Mimas, faint rings sculpted by tiny shepherd moons, and even the distant glow of Earth itself. That's the power of exploration. Each picture sent back by missions like Cassini is not just an image, it's a story waiting to be told, a reminder that our solar system is alive with wonders, and that even the faintest speck of light might hold worlds of meaning. And as we look at Saturn's rings, fragile, shimmering and timeless, let's remember that we too are part of this cosmic dance. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Saturn and its extraordinary family of rings and moons. It's amazing to think that a single image can hold such a wealth of detail, from the geysers of Enceladus to the faint glow of our own world, billions of kilometres away. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Cosmic Compass for more deep dives into the cosmos. We'll continue exploring planets, stars, and the mysteries that connect them all. Until next time, keep looking up, because every dot of light in the night sky has a story to tell.